Welcome to another episode of the PSJA Tri-City Talks podcast. I'm Cindy, your host, and today we're highlighting one of PSJA's most meaningful and long-standing events, the PSJA All Abilities Walk. Now, this event brings families together from across the Rio Grande Valley to celebrate, connect, and support students of all abilities. And here to tell us all about it is Ms. Veronica Quintana, the PSJA Special Education Director, who, along with her team, coordinates this event to support and to bring unity and awareness to this event. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Let's get started. Tell us a little bit about your background. How long have you been with PSJA and in what capacities?
So I have been with PSJA for 32 years. And when I started in PSJA, I started as an educational diagnostician. I did that for about 7 years, and then I progressively moved up into a supervisor role. And so I supervise primarily high school level. And then about 10 years ago, I created a program, Pathways Towards Independence. So I ran that program for about 10 years, and this is my second year as a special education director.
Wow, you've been in the special education department for a long
The
time.
whole 33 years in special education.
That's
Yes.
wonderful. For those that may not know about the PSJ All Abilities Walk, can you tell us a little bit about that event?
So the All Ability Awareness Walk is to highlight and to showcase our students with different abilities. So this is an event where we bring them all together, where they can pretty much showcase who they are with their families, and we expose them to the community. So it's a big deal event to host this in our district, bringing the community together with our students.
Do you know how long this walk has been around?
So I think it was 2013, we started the autism walk.
Okay.
And so that started because we were having pretty much an influx of students with autism, and we were identifying many kids. And so we decided we would have this walk just to kind of recognize this disability. But then in 2023, we decided we need to open up the awareness for all students. So our students with cerebral palsy or epilepsy, Down syndrome, we said, let's bring them all together and highlight all the abilities in one walk. And so now that's when we changed the name to All Abilities Awareness Walk.
And you've been involved with the walk since 2013. And
Yes.
Tell me, has the walk evolved? Have you added other components that maybe at the beginning weren't there, and it's just you're making a bigger and greater event every year?
Yes, so it did evolve because we created scholarships. So we started doing fundraising, right? And we need to publicly thank the community and the business partners, because without their support, we wouldn't be able to raise money for scholarships, right, for our students with special needs. So, they can use these scholarships for post-secondary. They can use it for, independence or enhancing their employment skills. So up to now, we have raised about $50,000, and we've given out about $35,000 in scholarships. So, we thank the businesses because, we didn't start off as a fundraiser for scholarships, and it's developed into that. So it's a big deal.
That's a wonderful component to add.
Yes.
And talking about the fundraising, how do you fundraise? And what ways? Do you
So we
fundraise?
reach out, a big shout out also to our special education department, right? Because they organize this and coordinate it and make sure that it goes well. And so they reach out to business partners. There's some business partners that they just know that it's automatic. Every year they're waiting for us to reach out to collect their monies, right? So that's what we do. We reach out to the community, and anybody who wants to contribute and donate, we're open to that.
Okay. And if there is somebody that's listening, a business partner or a community member that wants to be able to or is interested in becoming a sponsor, what is it that they need to do?
They just need to call our office, our office, 354-2200, and they can ask for me and I can guide them, but anybody who would like to donate. The other thing is we put their logo on our T-shirts. So we did sell a great number of T-shirts, and we are going to have T-shirts at the event for sale. So they can just reach out to us.
And when you're talking about T-shirts, is that another way that you fundraise as well?
Yes. So the selling of the T-shirt, that's also, we gather that money and put that into the pot of scholarships.
Do you still have T-shirts available?
We do have
they'll be
T-shirts.
available at the walk?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to tell us how much they're going to be?
$10. I think they're
$10?
$10. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty reasonable.
Why do you think it's important to host an event like this?
So I think that, we ensure that we're promoting inclusion in our classrooms, in our campuses, right? So we think that if we expose this out into the community, that they see the transition, that it doesn't just happen in our schools, that the community needs to see that we promote this all around. And, putting it out there in the community, we involve our community partners, our educators, our parents, and the students are recognized by their whole family. Grandma comes, grandpa comes, and they say Team Mario or Team David or Team. So it's a big deal to extend it beyond the classrooms and bringing it out into the community and allowing community partners to be a part of it, to recognize them and to celebrate our students.
Ballpark figure about how many people come in. I mean, I know that it's a big event. It's open to everybody in the community and beyond in the Rio Grande Valley. How many people do you expect to have this year?
Well, I think this year we're doing it a little bit different. We've always had it Saturday mornings, and something for the community to be aware of, right? This is going to happen on a Friday evening. So it is April 24th from 6 to 8 p.m., and it's kind of going to be a little glow party, a little, hopefully it gets a little bit dark, right? But so we're bringing it in the evening, and hopefully we will gather more participants. We're making it a little bit different, right? And it doesn't interfere with Saturday morning school, and so we decided to change it. So we'll see how it goes. We think it will go a little bit better.
That should be fun.
Yes.
A glow party.
Yes.
This is the first time you ever have?
Yes.
That's wonderful. I know that you said that this event supports students through scholarships, but there are other ways that it also supports the students. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like the community that comes together, and maybe talk to us a little bit about what, aside from the walk, will be happening at the event?
So at the event, we do have vendors providing free resources for our parents, for our families. There are also vendors that give out coffee and donuts. We also set up different games on the stadium for our students, our kids, to enjoy, for the children to enjoy. So it is an event where parents will walk away with different resources, and they can make their connections and network.
Have you heard any feedback from any one of those parents that maybe have attended one of these events in the past and gave some kind of positive remark?
There's a lot of events that we like to host. We just had one, a transition fair. But it's neat, right, to hear parents come back and say, I got this brochure at this event. I connected with this person at this event, right? So, yes, I think, parents have come and come back to say, this is where I got the information. So we know that it's making an impact with our families.
I know you talked about there's going to be a lot of resources there. How many people have signed up to have a table there? How many?
So we have about 25 to 30 vendors that attend.
Wonderful.
Yes, and so it's again, they've been there in the years past, and it's on their calendar. They know it happens around the month of April. So we plan to have a lot of vendors at this event.
Now, you said this is only one event that you have. I know that you have other events throughout the year. Aside from business owners or community partners that want to contribute to this event, there are also other possibilities of sponsorship opportunities that they might have. Is that correct? Like maybe other events that you might have?
So some other events that we've had, we had recently an event for parents where we invited them to, so they could preview curriculum that we work with our special needs students in our self-contained classrooms. We did have an event that was a first-time event that we had, and they were excited, right? Because most of the time they didn't know what the teachers were teaching in the classroom, and so when we demonstrate and had them look at the curriculum and explore it and how they could connect and assist their child at home. So that was a big deal for them. We've also had our transition fair. This was the second year that we had it, and that was also to provide parents with supports for post-secondary. So when our graduates leave, they know what is out there that can help support the families. So we have numerous events that are going to support them.
Absolutely. Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to at this year's walk?
Well, I think just looking to see how this, pans out, right? To see if changing it to the evening brings in more members, right? Maybe, when people get out of work, maybe they go directly to there. So we hope to recruit more. We always want to have an event, and we're always looking for ideas, exploring different ideas to make it big and better. So we're excited. So
Changing it up.
Yes, changing it up, and we invite the community to join us and really see the way the passion and the impact that we make, right, and that families also see that we support them. We support all of our students with different abilities.
What has been the most rewarding part for you about this event?
I think just looking at how the families embrace their child with a disability and how they celebrate, and how we walk around the fields, right, and we see how much they love their children, right, and how much they support them in any events, just seeing that, and how they go all out, right, they wear a pink cap to stand out, right, as a family that supports. I think just seeing that.
Have you heard any buzz among the kids about it being changed to nighttime and that it's a glow party now? I mean, have you heard any feedback?
We hope that the schools are getting that out there to the parents, right? And I'm glad that we're doing this today, right? To put it out there. So in the event that it's not transferred to the parents, that they're aware of it.
What message do you hope that attendees walk away with? The people that are coming to this event. What do you hope that they walk away with? What kind of message?
So it's exposing everyone to our students that have these strengths, right, and the preferences and their different abilities, and just having them walk away and witnessing, right, that our students are all part of the community, and that we have to accept them. And it's not just something that we settle for on a campus in the classroom, but that the acceptance has to go beyond that. And that is really what we want them to see and recognize.
That's a great message, Ms. Quintana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've talked about a lot of things. Is there anything in particular that we didn't touch that you want to make sure that our listeners know?
I think just that, right? Just keeping, an eye out and an ear out for when, if we have any events that are put out there for our families and the community and educators, parents, that they're open to it and that they participate. And if they go and gain one little, idea from it, that's a big deal, and they can build on those different things that they can gather, right, and to help our students and their children.
It's a great message. Do you want to invite our listeners again, you want to tell us the where, when, and what kind of event it's going to be, that glow party?
Yes,
especially?
so we do invite the community, right, and our educators and our parents. The event will be April 24th. It will be on a Friday, so that's different. We usually have it on a Saturday, so it will be April 24th, Friday, from 6 to 8 p.m. at our PSJ Stadium. So it is a glow party, so
Do they
come
need
out
to
with
bring
us.
glow sticks? Or
We will be
they-
providing. We ordered a lot of stuff to give out, so join us. We will have a great time.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing this information with us. And hopefully you'll have the most attendance ever because it's at
Yes.
nighttime. So we're looking forward to that.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
And that's a wrap for the PSJA Tri-City Talks podcast. And be sure to join us for our next episode. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.